Okay, got a question on TikTok about asking about how to address people that are living in the house not on the lease without the landlord's knowledge. How do you deal with that? And we'll talk about how you deal with those folks, particularly when you're in the eviction process in court. Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Warrior on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, we do get this question a lot too, and the procedure that we tell a landlord is, and this is my practice, it's always been since day one, the courts have a form called a prejudgment claim of right of possession form. What this fancy form is it's a form that says, hey, if you're not listed as a defendant on this unlawful detainer complaint and you actually live here, you need to fill out this form so you can be basically added as a defendant to the unlawful detainer complaint, and then you'll be able to allege, how you live here, basically at the property, like you have an agreement with the landlord or you have an agreement with the tenant, etc. Okay, the reason why people need to fill out this form and the reason why a landlord should serve this form is because under California law, basically any adult that's 18 years or older basically has the right to, be heard in court, basically. And if you don't name a tenant in your unlawful detainer complaint, and there's actually someone living there that's not named on the complaint, they could be evicted without any court process. Okay, so what the state of California did was create a procedure where these unknown occupants can be added. So with the prejudgment claim of possession form, what it is you serve this form with your summons and complaint, to your named tenants, and then only registered process server or the county sheriff or marshal can serve this form. So you can't, landlords, if you're doing this on your own, basically, and you're serving, having a friend serve your papers, they can't do that. They have to be like a licensed process server or sheriff. Okay, so if you serve this form, it forces these unknown occupants to be added, hey, if they're actually living there, basically they have to basically file this form with the court. If not, the judgment can include any and unknown occupants, when you get a judgment for possession, either by default or via, court trial, basically, the judge can include these unknown occupants. Okay. Landlords, if you don't fill out this form, what the county sheriff is required to do once it comes time to the lockout is they have to give, in addition to serving the writ of possession and a notice to vacate, basically, they have to serve what's called a claim of possession form. And that form will basically say, hey, listen, if you're not listed on the notice to vacate, the writ of possession, you can file this claim with the sheriff's department, and then the sheriff, if they get one of these forms, are obligated to file it with the superior court, and then there's a hearing to determine, this unknown occupant, what their legal status is and so forth, and if the lockout should go, go forward, that type of deal. So my recommendation is you serve the prejudgment claim of possession to avoid having the sheriff do the claim of possession procedure. You can get everything lumped together, and that's how you address people that may not be living there. Okay. Usually what I tell my landlords is, listen, if someone's living there like Uncle Bob, he's not on the lease and, someone let him in, that type of deal, most people are not going to want to fill out that form. The reason why is they get added to the unlawful detainer as a defendant, basically. And if the tenants, that are named in the lawsuit basically get evicted, basically that third party, prejudgment claimant is going to be on that judgment as well too. So most people don't want to be on eviction judgments liable for, rent or holdover damages, that type of deal. So most people won't fill it out. Occasionally we do get people filling them out, and there is we find out that the tenant subletted the property without landlord's authorization, etc. So good thing to do that form. Listen, if you need help with an eviction, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help you out if you're in the Northern California area. Put your comments, questions down below. Until next time, folks, I'll talk to you then. Thanks.